What's the secret to super flavorful and juicy pork burgers? I'll show you all of my tricks. I'm Christina from It Is a Keeper. I share tried and true recipes that anyone can make. I believe if you can read, you can cook. Today, I'm showing you how to make the juiciest and most flavorful pork burgers. These burgers ooze flavor on every level. Now, while this video is sponsored by the Ohio Pork Council, you know I only share products and ingredients that I use and love. Now, make sure to grab the full printable recipe in the video description below. So the first thing we need to do to make our pork burgers is to get our flavor started. So here I have just a mini food processor. You could use a big food processor. You might even be able to use a blender if you have it, or just chop things up really finely. But to this, I'm going to add some onion. So I've just kind of chopped up a bit of an onion here, not even a whole one. This is maybe about 1/4 cup. So to our onion, we're going to add some garlic. So I have a clove of garlic. I'm just going to cut it up a little bit just to kind of give it a head start in the chopper. I don't want to make it work too hard. So in it goes. Guys, this little chopper is like the best thing ever. I got this for my wedding years and years and years and years and years ago, and this thing is a beast. I use it all the time. So we're just going to whiz this around in the chopper, get it nice and fine so we don't get any big pieces of onion or garlic. All right, let's give it a check. Oh, it smells good. Just something about finely minced onion and garlic. I'm gonna scoop everything down. I'm gonna give it one more whiz around here. All right, that's good. So we're gonna take this, I'm gonna set it aside, get rid of the food chopper, and we'll start mixing up our pork burgers. Okay, so we have a nice bowl for our pork burgers. So here I have a couple pounds of ground pork. I love using ground pork. It is so, it's a nice lean protein, first of all. And it's so mild, it takes on the flavor of whatever you add to it. Such a great vehicle for burgers because whatever we're putting in there, it's just going to suck all that flavor up and then it'll be in our burger. So awesome protein to use. So to this, I'm going to take our onion and garlic mixture and put that right in there. So see how we have these nice fine pieces? That just means we're not going to get any big bites of onion or garlic. We're just going to get all that flavor without any big pieces in there. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, perfect. Now to this, we're going to add some Worcestershire sauce. And this is just going to amp up that umami flavor in the pork. Just give it that little back end note. And then this is where the real flavor comes from. We're going to add a tablespoon of my burger seasoning blend. And you can get this recipe in the show notes. I'll put a link to it. This is my custom blend. And let me tell you guys, this recipe is one of the most downloaded recipes on my site. Everybody loves the burger seasoning blend. So I'm just going to remove my rings. And I'm going in with my hands because this is the easiest way to mix up this burger mixture. And this is what's going to give us all the flavor and help us make a nice, juicy, flavorful burger. Now you don't want to overmix it. That is the other trick here. You want to do it just until everything is combined and, you know, the flavor gets into the center of the meat, not just on the outside. If you overwork the meat, it'll just get tough. Oh, I could smell that Worcestershire sauce. All right, this is looking good. Looks like we have onion throughout. Another reason why I love using ground pork is it's so affordable. This is just a great family-friendly recipe. Now you could easily turn this into meatballs if that's more your jam and make like a meatball sandwich out of it. That would work too, but we're dealing with burgers today. Okay, perfect. I'm going to wash my hands, clean up around here, and then we're going to start making our burgers. All right, so our pork mixture is done. I'm just going to kind of divide this up. I just kind of go in with my hand and divide it up. We're gonna get maybe 4 patties out of this, maybe 5, depending on how big they are. Now they will shrink up as you cook them. So I just kind of get them nice and firm, right? So there's no cracks in it, in the pork. Flatten it out. And you want them a little bigger than you think you're going to need, because like I said, these are going to shrink as you cook them. So you don't want, you know, a big bun with just like a little tiny patty in the center. So that's the other trick, is start out bigger than you think you're gonna need. Now the next thing I want you to do is take your thumb or a knuckle, and I want you to put a divot right in the center of that patty, just like that, because that's going to keep our burger from puffing up as we cook it. All right. Okay. Next up, we're gonna get our grill pan, get that nice and hot, and start cooking these amazing burgers. Okay, so I think our pan is getting nice and hot. I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to it, just to keep things from sticking. Brush it on there, just make sure everything's coated nicely. All right. And then I'm gonna carefully place each pork burger right in the skillet. I think we're ready to flip. It's been maybe about 6 minutes or so. It really depends on how thick they are. Ooh, they got a nice crust on them. How many times? All right, we're just going to let these finish up on the other side. We're looking for an internal temperature of 160 degrees. So once we get that, we're gonna pull them right off. Actually, we're gonna pull them off a couple of degrees beforehand, because there'll be some carryover cooking while we get everything else ready. Okay, I think our burgers are done. I'm just temping them, and they are perfect. So here I have some brioche buns. I love these pork burgers on a brioche bun. Use whatever you like, but I'm going to take the burgers off and get the buns on there just to get a little color on them. So I'm gonna get these burgers off. Now, if you're doing these burgers indoors like I'm doing, and you feel like you're getting too hard of a sear in your pan, just put them into a 350 degree oven and let them finish in there. But I'm just going to put these buns face down right here in the pan just to get a little toast on them. And this gives us a good chance to let our burgers rest for a few minutes before we bite into them, because it gives the juices a chance to just redistribute throughout the meat. So we're gonna let those hang out. We're gonna get these buns toasted a bit, and then we're going to build our burgers. All right, these are looking good. I can't wait to dig in, but we have to build them first. So I want you to take notice too. Notice how they fit the buns perfectly. That's because we made them a little bit bigger when they were raw, and that gave it a little bit more room for when things shrink up a little bit. They fit nicely and perfectly on the bun. So here I have some prepared coleslaw. I'm just gonna give that a quick toss. And we have some barbecue sauce. And this is how I like my pork burgers, but you can do whatever you like. I am going to make this one up right here. I'm gonna put a nice drizzle of that barbecue sauce and just let it ooze down and do its thing. And then pile the coleslaw on top. And just look at that. Do that over here. Whatever kind of barbecue sauce you like, you go for. Pile that coleslaw. These are gonna be messy and sloppy and oh so good. Just the way I like them. Perfect. Top them up. Guys, I don't know how I'm gonna get my mouth around this one, but I'm going in. I'm gonna give it a smush. Technical term. Just look at the deliciousness. Like there's literally flavor oozing from everywhere. Now, I cannot wait another second. I am going in on this burger. Ooh, Oliver. Mmm. Mmm. Oh. You guys. Mmm. I'm a mess. I don't care. These pork burgers are definitely a keeper. I think you'll love them and you'll forget all about that other protein and you'll be making pork burgers from now on. There are so many great burger recipes out there. I have an insanely delicious burger sauce recipe that will take your burgers over the top. You don't want to miss it. Check it out here. I'll see you over there.